We have a lot to catch up on, so go get your snack, sit down, and do whatever you need to do, and let's catch up. Hi guys, it's Ari. Welcome back to my channel. This week we are doing a life update. It has been a very long time since I've done one with you guys. I think the last time was like 3 years ago, and my life has changed tremendously since then. Physically, emotionally, mentally, all the above. It has changed in every aspect. So I thought, what better time to give you guys a life update than right now, as we are getting back into our YouTube consistency. In the midst of all these vlogs I've been giving you guys, I thought it would be nice to sit down and have a little chit chat with y'all and catch you guys up on my life. Let me get comfortable though. Y'all get comfortable. If you're watching this, get comfy. And I'm gonna also get comfortable as well. Low-key. Sorry guys, I needed to change the angle a little bit as I got comfy. The last time I think I really sat down and talked to you guys was about like 2023 maybe, and it is now 2026. I did ask you guys what you wanted to know on my Instagram story. Important side note, I am always active on my Instagram stories, and I'm always asking you guys what video ideas you want to see, and I'm always taking your suggestions, so make sure you follow my Instagram if you don't already. Thank you. Little shameless plug, never hurt nobody. Let's see, where should we start? I want to talk myself a little bit before we get into what you guys asked on my Instagram. Let's start at the fact that I'm in a new place. I did move about last year, April of 2025, and I am in a 1-bedroom now. I was in a 2-bedroom in the vlogs back then, and I love it. It's honestly the perfect sized 1-bedroom. It's enough space for everything that I own, and it's also cozy. I feel like in my last apartment, it was just so much space, and when it became one person living there, it was just like so much space for one person that it started to feel lonely and like empty almost. I don't know, but here it's just so much cozier. Everything is just like right where I need it. I feel like in the 2-bedroom, it was like just literally ginormous, and it was perfect for 2 people, but for one person, I just think it was too much. So I decided to downsize, also to save some money, because who doesn't love to save a little coin, you know? It's been about a year. I'm going in my 2nd year now living in this apartment, and I really do love it, honestly. And I've really gotten to like love being alone more. I still have a lot to learn on being alone and being comfortable with being alone, but I think this apartment has gotten me to a more further place of being at peace when you're alone, because I barely have people over. I love hanging out with my friends, but I'm always like, guys, let's go to your house, let's go here, like nobody at my house. Or they're like, I'm gonna pull up on you today, like very randomly. I'm like, ooh, no. I love my friends, but I also love my space, and I do not love my space getting interrupted that often, and maybe that's something I should work on, but for now, that's just how I feel. Like, it's just very safe and private to me, and it's just like, ooh, I don't know if I want to share that with everybody, you know? I do have people over though, obviously. Like, we've met here to go out, we've pre-gamed here, we've had little nights here and stuff, but I don't know if I'll stay here. Recently, I've been thinking about going down closer to the city. If you guys know, I moved to Texas around like 6 years ago, and the entire time I've lived here, I've basically lived in the suburbs. My first apartment was in a suburb city, but like the city part of the suburb. There was buildings and like malls and stuff nearby, you know? That was great. I have basically lived in the suburbs since, and I just feel like it's great. It's quiet. I love it because I love being able to drive everywhere, and I love like the chill life, but it's so much harder to meet people and make friends because everything out here is like stores and businesses and corporation businesses and stuff. It's not like small owned places. There's not really like bars and clubs. There's not that many things for like a younger crowd to be at. And I feel like I need to be around a younger crowd and people my age to meet people, make new friends, make new experiences, and all those things. So that's why I've been thinking like maybe I just need to make the leap and move closer to the city where there's more of a younger crowd, more people that I can meet and make new friends and have some new experiences, and also meet people that are like in alignment with me creatively. I know we're gonna get into this, but I have jobs. I work now, but I still love to express myself creatively through social media and through clothes. And these are some things that we're gonna get into in a little bit. And I feel like closer to the city is where those people are, people who are creative and experience other things outside of just like work and maybe your little hobbies. And I feel like if I lived closer to that, it opened me up to so many more opportunities. So we'll see though, because change, I love change, but when it's like a big change, I get a little scared. I wanted to move into like a more modernized building about 2 years ago. And when I started looking at it, I was just like, ooh, like, I don't know. I love the comfortability of like being in the suburbs where I can like walk outside and I have like kind of like a little patio and a lawn for my dog, rather than like living in a 4 or 5 story building and I have to like walk downstairs every time I need a walk decks. I wanted it for more of the like modernized feel and like the city feel and the nice amenities, but where I live is just the best location. I have so much near me and so many things easily accessible in like a 3-minute car drive that I was just like, I'm just gonna stay here. I think that's what's stopping me. I need to get over that fear. That's a little thought that's popped into my head recently, but we won't really know for sure until like towards the new year. If anybody else has been thinking about that or thinking about change and like moving maybe to like a new city or just to a new area, let me know in the comments, because your girl would love to be able to talk to somebody else that might be going through the same thought process as me. Going from the fact that I downsized in a 1-bedroom because I used to live in a 2-bedroom with another person leads me to my next update. I am single and I have been single for the last 2 years. So this is a topic that I don't ever fully speak on, like maybe in a comment section or in a stream or just something very subliminally. I don't really like to come online and be like, I'm single, me and my partner have ended our relationship, and guys, just give me time. That's not me. I'm very private when it comes to relationships at the start and at the end as well, because there are just some things that I feel like I need to keep to myself. I've shared my life online for like the last 10 years, and I don't know, I just feel like some things I'm like, I need to be able to keep this to myself and deal with it and process it how I want to without anybody else's opinion or anybody else being involved. About like 2 years ago, my long-term relationship ended, and honestly, the Ari back then thought her life was over. Not over, that's a little bit dramatic, but I was scared. I was very scared. Going from living with a best friend / roommate for years and then living with a partner to now having to live alone is very scary, because I've never really truly lived alone since I've moved out of my mom's house. And it was just a very scary thing. I was really scared and I was nervous and I was going through it. Okay, let me tell you. That was probably my first like real big heartbreak that I've ever experienced. But I do not look back at it and think like, wow, like that was so sad, that was depressing, like F that last relationship. I honestly think it was needed, because it was like a relationship where I kind of lost who I was and lost a sense of self, and I stopped taking care of myself and making time for myself, and I kind of became one with my relationship. And I feel like if I never was put into the position of like, okay, now you have to learn who you are and figure out who you are and take care of yourself, I don't know if I would have taken that leap sooner. Maybe eventually. This made it happen way sooner. I was crying. Like, I went home to Miami. I was coming back from Miami and I was so scared to come back and like do life alone and live alone. I'm an only child too, so like my whole life it's just always been me and my mom, and then I've spent time with cousins and I've had moments where I got to spend time and weekends with people and stuff, but I didn't have siblings in the household and like a family in the household. It was always just me and my mom. So I'm kind of used to being alone, but not used to it in the way of like a good way, almost in a bad way, that like I love being around company and being around people, because I grew up alone basically my whole life with just my mom. So it was very scary, but like I said, it was very needed, and it really did push me into a position of like, okay, Ari, let's figure out who we are. Who do we want to be? Where do we go from here? Like, let's figure out Ari, you know? And every day I'm so grateful that I was put into that, because genuinely I don't think I would be the person I am today or be where I am today if it wasn't for that situation. So I don't look at it as like a bad thing. I also don't look at my relationships or any of my past relationships as a bad thing, because I think being angry and being upset or being sad about something for too long is pointless. It's like, you know, I shared great memories with a person and I experienced love and it was great. Now we move on and we're gonna experience it again. We experience love within our family and our friendships, with our dogs and our pets. It's not only in romantic relationships. So I was like, you know what? That was a lot of love, but I still have so much love elsewhere in my life. You know, it's within myself as well. It's not only romantically with a person, but that's not something that really clicked in my head right away. Obviously. But yeah, it just really forced me to like completely change my mindset. And I think my mindset changed like a 180. I think I'm still obviously growing and evolving and changing as life goes. That's what we're meant to do as human beings. I'm a firm believer in the fact that we're here to literally change and evolve. And you are not the same person you were yesterday, not even a week ago, not even a month ago. Like, we're always changing. And I think that's beautiful. So do I think I've changed a lot from the last 2 years and from when that situation happened? 100%. Do I think I'm still going to continue to change even more? 100%. I still have a lot to learn. I'm not sitting here like, I know everything, I've reached enlightenment and all this. No, I have so much to learn. And I think that we are always learning, no matter what age. Even at 50, you're probably learning something that you might have not learned yet in life. I do think I've made so much change since then, mainly mentally and like mindset wise. And I feel like I can go into that in one video one day, but it's just like, I don't know. I've changed everything. I changed my beliefs about myself, about life, about love and friendships and family, and just the way that we go about life and how we assume things. I am so happy where I am. Mentally, I think I still have a lot to learn and I can still get even further and even better, but I will applaud myself and give myself a pat on the shoulder for where I've come since then. I'm enjoying the single life. Don't get me wrong. I'm a girl at the end of the day. I'm a human being who craves connection and intimacy. So obviously sometimes, and on the lonely nights, I'm like, ooh, it'd be nice to have someone. But my goal is to be fulfilled as much as possible within myself, that I don't need a partner. I don't need a relationship. It's just something that would be nice to be an add-on to my life, almost like the cherry on top of the cake. And I feel like I'm actively working towards that point. But again, like, I'm human. I have emotions, I have feelings, and I have desires. So it's okay that sometimes I backtrack on being fulfilled completely within myself. That is my goal, and that's why I'm honestly chilling right now. I am enjoying single life. I'm enjoying my peace and my little self-love journey. That's so cliche to say, but I mean, I don't know how else to put it. And I just watched this TikTok about how like you're never really ready for a relationship. So I don't even want to sit here and say that I'm not necessarily ready. I don't think you can ever be ready. I just think there are a lot of things that I want to prioritize first before I could get into one again. And that's why I agree with the fact that like you can never be ready, because I think it's just more so like you sit here and you think, I've reached such a great point and I've worked so hard on myself and my issues, and then you get into a situation where you're triggered and you could backtrack and backpedal. And I think that's why it's like you're never ready. And I was just talking about this on the phone literally before this video. The saying is like, the only way is through. So it's like, even if you think, oh, I'm ready, like you'll never truly know until you like put yourself through whatever it is. Anyways, I think that kind of sums up my relationship dating life aspect. I know that's the juicy stuff that everyone always wants to know about people online or just people in general. What's next? Oh, my jobs. Okay, so I am employed now, guys. I am no longer only a content creator. I do social media managing and assisting for 2 different companies, and honestly, it's been fun. One of them is like physically in person, another one is like work from home kind of thing. And honestly, the in-person one has been such an experience, and I just felt like I really needed, my mom was really pushing me, and she's been telling me for a long time, like, you need to go out there and experience other things outside of like content creation and this stuff. Like, it's great that I have this privilege to be able to not have to get a job for this long, but you also need experiences outside of this little bubble and stuff. Sometimes your girl also needs a little a little extra, you know what I'm saying? But regardless, it has also given me the opportunity to make new friendships, meet new people, and like really just experience people on a daily basis. Because like when you're a content creator, you don't really interact with people every day in person. It's a lot of like online talking, and unless you maybe live like in LA or something. I also just want to acknowledge the fact that like it is a privilege to be able to have gone this long without going and getting a job, and I really am grateful for that. It's just a privilege, and I feel like I have to address that. And it's also a privilege to be able to say that like I went to get a job for the experience and the human interaction and connections, and not necessarily the other like financial aspect of it, although the financial aspect is definitely a reasoning. And that's just me being honest with you guys. Honestly, I try to be as authentic and as honest as possible. And if you've been doing social media for a very long time, you know that it's not always steady. There are moments that you go through where it might not be the best paying job in the world, and you figure it out. And I think that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just figuring it out. And I also wanted experience outside of being a personal content creator just for myself and doing social media marketing and managing and all that stuff, because that could be something long term for me outside of personal content creation. And I think that's another reason why my mom pushed me to go, because she's like, this could give you experience and also maybe give you opportunity to pursue this long term outside of like your regular personal content creation. Like it could set you up for a good career somewhere. That's another reason. I would say that's probably the second reason. One is just like I said, human interaction, experiences, people, connections, and the other one is going to be what could this do for my career outside of my personal brand and long-term wise. And I'm also working with my friend on his clothing line. One of my friends has had a clothing line for the last couple years, but now he's ready to like fully dive into this and really do this, and he asked me to come join and help. And I was so excited because I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm sure I've talked about it on multiple occasions over the last 10 years of being online, that I've always loved clothes and I've always wanted to be somewhat in fashion and clothes and designing. I have always said that since I was a kid. You can ask my mother. When I was a kid, I wanted to go to NYU for fashion design. I was heavily into that stuff. And I also wanted to be an artist, which kind of go hand in hand. So it's always something that's been a dream of mine and something that I've touched on before, and I kind of taken a step back, and now I'm like ready to like get back into it and figure it out for myself. So I'm very excited for that. You guys need to be on the lookout for that because it will be coming hopefully sometime soon. I just love clothes and I love being creative outside of clothes. I love being creative like visually. I feel like I'll talk about this more and touch on it more in some of my future vlogs. Shout out to my friend Rami, because he clearly sees something in me and he trusts me to be a part of his team, and I really appreciate that. And I appreciate him giving me a space to be creative and be expressive. Shout out to him if he ever watches this. I think those are the main topics to talk about: relationships, your dating life, your love life, your career, fun projects that you have coming up, hobbies. I picked up pickleball. I don't know if I played pickleball at all in any of my old vlogs before like the last 2 years, but I've been playing pickleball for like the last 3 years. It's just something I do here and there for fun. I used to play it heavily like 2 years ago. I just picked it back up. I played a couple weeks ago and I was hooping. I was playing so good, and now I'm about to get back into it because there's not many sports I love, but pickleball has been a sport that I genuinely love playing, and it's so fun. I'm not a competitive person when it comes to sports or games. Like if I lose, I could give two shits. I'm not like on an Olympic court playing. I'm not gaining anything or losing anything if I win or lose. I genuinely just like to play for fun and as a hobby. I feel like that's what allows me to have such a good relationship with playing games or playing sports, because it's like I just don't take it seriously. Maybe, I don't know if I touched on that, but I did start streaming. It's kind of on the back end right now because my main focus is YouTube again, because I genuinely love YouTube, guys. I love vlogging. I love making YouTube videos. I love editing, and it's just so much fun to me. It's been probably one of my favorite things across all platforms my entire career, and I think that's why I'm like ready to get back into it, because I love creating long form content rather than short form. I suck at short form, and I love long form because I can talk, and y'all know I love to talk, and I can talk for hours too. I started going to the gym again. I did fall off for a little bit. I'm back, don't worry. I mean, I talked about moving down to the city. I want new friendships. I just need more connections outside of the friends that I already have had here for a couple years. I love my friends so much. I just think that as we get older, a lot of us are on different paths, and I need to have some friends that are aligned with me, open up the circle so that I have so many more connections for myself. Let's see what you guys ask me on my Instagram. We'll close it out with like a little Q&A. Someone says, biggest lesson you learned growing up in the public eye. I'm gonna say that people will literally assume everything about you from a 15 or a 30-second clip. You need to take whatever you see on the internet with a grain of salt. You don't know these people. A lot of people show a little clip of their life from a 24-hour day. People love to assume things and make conclusions, and they just reach. It's just like, I've learned that you can't satisfy everybody, and that's just something that you have to accept being on the internet, is that like people literally just say shit, but as long as you know who you are and your character and what you do, then you're fine. Therefore, you got to become secure with yourself and who you are and your character and what you do in this life, if that makes sense. Will you be moving away from Dallas anytime soon? No. I told you guys that I was thinking about moving closer to the city. I don't think I have it in me yet to move out of state again. I'm really craving change, honestly, but like moving somewhere else completely different is a little bit too much, and I'm not there yet. I'm not ready for that. That's why I think just moving maybe closer to another neighborhood city would be like enough of change for now. But we don't know what the future holds. Right now, I'm very comfortable where I am. I love Dallas, and I have no desire really to go anywhere yet. A part of me wants to experience other cities and other places, but another part of me is kind of like comfortable where I am. So I guess it's just about like, am I gonna put myself in an uncomfortable situation and just like say, fuck it, we gotta just do it, YOLO, we're young, or we choose comfortability? I don't know. We will see what the future holds. My sister blew up my question box. What do you think about your sister? Is your sister your best friend? I love my little sister, and I'm glad that we are close now, and there's nothing like sisterhood. Are you still friends with people from Musically? Do you still talk to people from Musically? So I actually don't really talk to anybody online. I'm mutuals with a lot of people. I'm still very cool with people, and maybe like a little story like, or a little DM, or a little comment here and there. I don't actually hold conversations with people outside of social media platforms, like nobody, because I don't know. I mean, it's just distance. I don't live in LA. I've never lived in LA. I stopped visiting LA a long time ago because I have no desire or like no real reason to go there yet. To go back yet, I should say. I will be back soon, one day, hopefully. Someone said every year you get more sexy. Tell us your tips, please. Love you, queen. Love you too. Appreciate that. My tip is to mind your business and focus on yourself and take care of yourself. How do you feel about turning 16 this year? Been a fan since Musically days. Love you. Love you too, girl. I thank you so much for still watching me to this day. How do I feel about turning 26? Honestly, I feel blessed. I feel grateful. I'm excited. It is a privilege to be able to continue living and turning a new age every year. Not a lot of people get that privilege. And I'm very blessed to be able to have made it to 26 years of life. And I'm not falling for the propaganda that being in your 20s is old and being 25 is pushing 30, or being auntie or unc. Your 20s is your prime and your 30s is your second prime. I'm enjoying life. I'm young, turned, lit, no kids, no man, no responsibilities, just my dog, and I'm living. I couldn't ask for more, honestly. I think I'm in the best years of my life, honestly. So I am excited and I'm happy. I'm not dreadful. I'm not like, I'm getting older. Like, no, I'm excited to get older because I'm only just gonna get older, wiser, and hotter. Sorry. I'm not falling for that propaganda, so anybody that likes to call me auntie or unc or pushing 30, I'm young and turned. I think that's all. I don't know what else I have to update you guys on. Honestly, that's really it. Like, my family's doing great. My dog, Dex, you guys know him. He's doing great. Thank God we've had no issues and nothing wrong with him. He's just living a great little normal life now, and I'm so happy for that. I'm so happy for him because y'all know we've been through hell and back with Dex. Life is good. Am I completely fulfilled and happy? No, not yet. I'm getting there. I'm working to that. That is the goal. But for now, I'm just enjoying life, and I'm taking it day by day, and I'm just trying to be as appreciative and grateful for this life as much as I possibly can. And I want to lead life with love as much as possible, and I want to enjoy life because life is not promised, okay? And we don't get that much time sometimes, so let's enjoy every day like it's our last. All the cliche sayings and quotes about life is true. Even though they're cliche, they're very true. That being said, I think that is all I have to update you guys on. If you guys have any more questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments and I will respond back to you guys. If you made it this far to the video, I love you and I appreciate you for giving me your time and watching my video and me yapping. And I appreciate all the love you guys have shown me on my last couple of videos. I'm so excited to be creating on YouTube again and long form content. If you guys have any videos you want me to do, please let me know as well. And I know I tell you guys at the end of every video, if you want to see videos, if you want this, if you want, none of you comment, so please comment so I can respond back. I want to talk to you guys, okay? Like I always say, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss the next video. Love y'all so much. Bye.